Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
There we go. We have mics now. Nice.
Morning.
That was Gil Gerard.
That was cheesy 70s theme music.
Buck Rogers. Was that 70s? I thought that was early 80s.
70s.
Was this late 70s?
Yeah, because that's 70s. In 80s, it went to more guitar.
Ah, yes, you're right.
How do you know these things? Like, seriously?
Because I'm like,
because
full of useless knowledge.
we weren't old enough to be stoned in the late 70s.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
I was.
I know you were.
I'll admit it.
No, I mean, come on. You got the claim to fame here. You got, I can't think of the actress's name that played our doll, the bad guy, bad girl. She was
I remember her.
gorgeous.
She was beautiful.
Barbara Hensley or something like that. It was just her birthday. Remember a couple of weeks ago we had her birthday was on, and then you've got, of course, Erin Gray.
Oh, gorgeous.
Ooh,
I like her.
yeah. Yep. Now she's doing Hallmark Channel movies for Christmas.
That's a great way to. That's a great way to ease into your retirement.
Hey,
Seriously,
yeah.
that's
One
good
movie?
money, man.
She's not making. She's not having to wear the spandex one-piece suit anymore, and.
Well,
I don't know, man. There's some
she's
ladies.
got to be in her 70s.
There's some ladies of
I
that
would
age
think.
that keep fit and could still wear spandex.
Oh yeah,
That's
no doubt.
true.
No doubt.
Follow. Remember Baywatch Donna Derrico? She replaced somebody in Baywatch. She was towards the end.
No.
In her 20s. Look her up on Instagram.
Well,
Oh my
there
God,
was-
she's 51 and she is smoking.
Well, 51's not old.
No,
I understand
that's
that, but
very young.
She's still There's a picture of her, Bobby. There's a picture next to her daughter, and
Okay.
you can't tell who's the mom and who's the daughter.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Wow.
No lie.
Well, do you remember? I don't remember the actress's name, but it was from Baywatch. She was a brunette. She was in Christine.
Okay, is that one of the twins?
She was twins.
Yes, her
And-
sister's a firefighter.
Okay, her sister actually filmed a couple of the scenes in Christine.
I would believe
They
that.
swapped out, and they didn't tell anybody. Nobody,
think her
and
sister-
they aren't even.
That.
They're not even saying what scenes the other sister played.
Yeah, I think there was. I remember reading something years ago about her sister being a firefighter.
Okay.
Her twin sister.
That was on this weekend, Christine.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right.
It's Halloween, man.
Well, yeah, getting
right.
there.
Just
One
about.
week away.
That's true. How did you guys
know.
do it like 2 years in a row? You have Halloween for your show. Oh, because you were a Monday and it fell on a Monday.
Yeah. Originally, we were a Monday show,
And then it
now-
fell on a Monday, and then you had Halloween. You have Halloween again.
Yeah. I'm not-
So, what are you wearing for a costume, Pete?
I'm going to come as a TV producer.
No.
I said that too to her. I just said that to her.
Come on.
See, I'm going to be a radio
you have
personality
to wear
for
a
the show.
costume next week. We are.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
The
well,
only
especially
problem
if
is
you're
I
going
got to
to
hit the road right after that. So.
well, just something you could take off then, whatever. But because
okay,
you got that.
I'll wear my Magic Mike costume.
Yeah, that'll
Ooh.
work. That'll work. Yeah.
That's
you
a
did
thong
say-
and pasties.
You did say something I have to. That'd be bad.
That'll work.
I'll make sure to bring my camera.
You really don't want to see that.
Mm.
You just don't.
So anyway, moving right along here.
Oh, no. Let's stay where we
I
are.
have to,
No.
Yeah, I have to go scrub my eyes out in the men's room here. And all right, so today's the 24th of October. Next week, this time we'll be talking Halloween.
Yay.
Currently in Westfield, 37 degrees out.
It's hace frio.
Damn cold.
It's getting a high today of about 66, but it is going to be sunny.
Yes. Yesterday was
So,
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Sunrise is at 7:13.
Oh,
That
God.
hurts. Sunset 5:55.
Oh, God.
We're getting into winter.
It's getting there.
You know what
Sucks.
stinks though? I was looking at the long range forecast out into the weekend, and I'm supposed to go to a bonfire for my cousin who's going off to the Air Force.
Okay.
And,
For him.
And Sunday looks to be a washout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's Saturday? I mean, we've got an investigation Saturday night.
I don't know. I didn't look at Saturday because I'm working all day at Mount Holyoke, so it doesn't matter to me. 16 hours in the center of excellence.
I'll
yeah,
look it
yeah.
up.
All right, you're going to look that up. All right, cool. So before we get going with anything else, I just want to welcome everybody to the Bobby G and Company Show. This is Bobby Goff. And joining me this morning, she's not on assignment to any Subaru events, Mrs. Lynn O'Brien. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning. How are you?
And as we already heard, we got our resident Chippendale in the studio here as well. Pete Collins, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Residents of Westfield are going, please God, no.
Oh, man. Actually, it's funny. Chippendale, I always think of the chipmunks from Disney. I still have
Chip
no
and Dale?
Yeah, I still have no idea which one has the red nose, but I always think of that. But
A red nose.
yeah, one of them has a red nose.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's right.
Yeah, one of them has a red nose.
I don't remember
I'm assuming that's Dale because it makes sense that Chip would be like a chocolate chip would be the black nose, but
good point.
I really don't know that. But so let's we don't need the music for National What Day, so I'm actually doing that correctly this week. Mark that on the calendar. I know.
I should get the Steve Austin what?
What? Yeah.
I should find that. We'll use that as a sound effect.
So today, and this is very vague, National Food Day.
Ooh, that's
So that's wide
everyday.
open, whatever you like. I mean, it's good.
Isn't that an everyday holiday, though?
Yeah,
Seriously?
I thought so. National Bologna Day today.
Oh, I like
Or bologna.
I like bologna.
Bologna.
Yeah.
My
You know.
bologna.
And then also United Nations Day. Those are your three. That's
UN
all.
Day?
UN Day.
Probably
Yep.
just celebrated New York City.
And well, actually, and I'm getting ahead of myself. 1945 today that was the founding of the United Nations.
Okay, that would make it.
So
UN
that
Day,
makes
yeah.
it that makes it United Nations Day. So why don't we let's jump into some Connie Talbot and let's get into historical events.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
Sing it, Lynn.
Now it looks as though
Nah.
Hum a few bars.
There you go.
oh, I believe.
Okay, we were kidding. Pete, kill the mic.
Jeez Louise.
All right. So historical events today. 1851.
I'm not half the man.
Don't look at me. I wasn't there.
Those of you on Channel 15 saw the nasty look. given
Yep.
to
Oh yeah,
Ralph.
the look I always get.
That one, yeah.
Bing, bing.
And I put this in here just because of my juvenile sense of humor, quite honestly.
Oh no.
William Lassell discovers the moons Umbriel and Ariel orbiting Uranus.
Don't look at me.
What?
No.
No, and it's
Just
I just
no.
smile. Just my juvenile sense of humor. 1861, the first transcontinental telegraph line across the U.S. is completed, spelling an end for the 18-month-old Pony Express.
I know that was a short-lived enterprise.
Yeah, it was a
Pony
year and a half.
Express was short.
Only a year and a half. I didn't realize it was that short. I
Yeah, me
thought it was
neither.
much longer than that. And we're going to talk about this woman in a few minutes, too. 1901, Annie Edson Taylor became the first person to ever go over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
I remember
I've seen
talking
stories about
that.
that. I've seen
You wanna-
stories about that.
You want to hear a really good one?
What?
She did it on her 63rd birthday.
Right.
Yeah,
And she was basically destitute and homeless at the time of her thing, and she became a celebrity.
She was living in the barrel. All right.
No.
In the water.
But
and-
she went on a speaking tour after that and gained wealth because of it.
Nice. I apologize. I did not write the year that this happened. But this was actually on this date was Harry Houdini's last performance, which was at the Garrick Theater in Detroit, Michigan. And I don't have the year, and I'm very sorry for that. 1929 was Black Thursday. That was a stock market crash on the New York Stock Exchange, and it actually began the 12 years of the Great Depression.
Yep.
1931, the George Washington Bridge opened to public traffic.
Seriously, that old.
Yeah, and then 1945,
And the traffic jam has never stopped.
yeah. Well, I don't think it's cleared yet. I think it started the day out, tomorrow, basically in 1931. And as I mentioned earlier, 1945 was the founding of the United Nations. Pete, this is one for you. 1946, a camera on board the V2 number 13 rocket takes the first photograph of Earth from outer space.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really cool.
So the Germans did it first.
So in 2003, the Concorde made its last commercial flight.
Yep.
And then in 2005, Hurricane Wilma makes landfall in Florida, resulting in 35 direct and 26 indirect fatalities and causing an estimated $20.6 billion US dollars in damage.
I believe that. Hurricanes are the world's most powerful force, really.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't mess with nature. I mean, she'll get you every single time.
But it's also nature's air conditioner. Did you know that?
I'll buy that. Okay, sure.
Because the hurricane takes all the warmth out of the water as it passes over and pulls it up into the storm. And that energy from the water gets dispelled as the hurricane, but it also cools the ocean as it goes through.
Okay. I did not know that, but all right. So let's bust into some Marilyn, Lynn's favorite.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Yes.
Just taking a sip of coffee.
I know it.
I had no hands.
Happy birthday to you.
How come you're not singing now?
Oh, please.
Birthday
I don't want to show her up.
to you.
Tough crowd today.
Birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Even her singing voice is sexual.
Oh, please.
Come on.
Come on.
You jealous.
Of what?
I don't know. All right, so celebrity births today. And as I just mentioned before, in 1838, Annie Edson Taylor was born, and she was the American adventurer, the one who went over the Niagara Falls. She passed away in 1921.
You know where I saw her story? On a travel channel show called Mysteries at the Museum.
I've seen,
Love-
that's a good
Oh,
show.
I love that
Show.
show.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's a good show.
Love that show.
Yeah, me too.
1939.
No.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those mornings.
It's
I
going to be
can't
one of those
wait.
mornings. Mr. F. Murray Abraham was born. He was the American actor. He was in All the President's Men, Scarface, Amadeus, The Last Action Hero.
Wasn't he also an attorney?
No, he was
thought he
also
was.
in Star Trek Insurrection. He was the bad guy in that movie. He played Adar Ruffo.
He plays a lot of bad guys.
Yes, he does. He's good at it. Definitely good at it. And then the only other birth that we had for you today is 1960. Mr. B.D. Wong was he's an American actor. He was you know him from Law and Order. He was Dr. Wu in Jurassic
yeah,
Park.
love that guy.
And he plays Hugo Strange in Gotham.
I know that guy. Yeah, I love him. He's a great actor.
You don't know it, but he actually has a brother, UB.
No.
Yeah, UB Wong.
Nope. Moving on. Moving on. I got
Come
it right
on,
away.
come on.
Yeah,
You
you
did.
tried, Pete.
Lynn's
You
a
tried.
little slow on the uptake today. All right, so let's cue up some Undertaker.
Oh, Lord.
This should be our theme song for Halloween.
Yeah.
Imagine starting the hour off with this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm for that. But you got to wear a costume.
He is. Totally. He's going as Chip and Dale.
Wow.
Are you going to be the red-nosed one or the black-nosed one? That's the question.
I could probably find a red nose easier.
There you go. All right, so celebrity deaths. 1972, Mr. Jackie Robinson passed away. He was born in 1919. The American baseball player played first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1962. This one, I remember this. 1991, Mr. Gene Roddenberry passed away.
Oh,
He was born in 1921. He was an American captain, screenwriter and producer, and obviously created Star Trek. 2005, Mrs. Rosa Parks passed away. She was born in 1913. American activist, famous for not giving up her seat on the bus.
On the bus. Back to
And yeah, that's just I don't know. Maybe
One of those
it's
seminal
just
moments in history.
exactly, but it's one of it shows the difference for me anyway in mindset of people today versus back in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I would never. I mean, to me, I would see, if I'm on a bus and I've got literally the only seat, there's nothing open, and I see a woman coming on board. I don't care what the color of her skin is. Here, please have a seat.
But that shows you how actually far we've come and not
And
how far
that's
they tell
my
you we
point.
haven't come.
It's such a foreign concept to me to think that you wouldn't do that.
Right.
And, so yeah, you're right. So 2017, we got Fats Domino passed away. He was born in 1928, the American pianist and songwriter. And then also in 2017, Mr. Robert Guillaume. He was born in 1927.
Benson.
American actor, famous for Soap and Benson. And Benson was actually a spin-off, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Soap?
he was.
Yeah.
He was.
He
Benson.
played Benson in Soap.
Right.
And-
He was the butler Benson, and then
Yeah.
became the butler for the governor.
Yep. So those are your celebrity deaths for today and all of that good stuff. So we got a ton of stuff done. Hey, we are almost on time. How'd that
Overtake.
happen? Wow, Lynn, you didn't abuse me as much as this segment as you
Yeah,
normally
well,
You'll
the
have to-
show is early.
do. All right, all right.
Keep it up, your shin is going to be black and blue.
Oh, I was wondering what you were saying there. I just got, it's like stretched
All right,
out.
all right,
I'm in
easy,
radio
folks.
tone. Shit. Oh, wow.
And
All right,
You
to
know.
the music.
To the music.
to the music. The
I was
best
hoping
song of
I
the
was
day.
hoping we weren't going to hear about shiitake mushrooms. But anyway, so you had asked me last week to play this song.
I did.
And so
Very
I said,
excited.
what a better place to put it than number one. So our first song today actually is a request from Lynn, and awesome song.
Very excited.
And so this is Black Sabbath with Iron Man, and you're
Play it
listening
loud,
to
Pete.
Bobby
Play it
G and
loud.
Company.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Nice. Hey, it is the 24th of October. It is currently 6:28 in the morning. We still got about a little over a half hour before sunrise, so it's still dark out there. Yeah, actually, fall is my favorite time of the year. But I don't like the extra darkness.
I'm gonna start coming in my jammies because it's still dark out.
I thought you didn't wear them.
No,
All right,
these
never
are my
mind.
yoga pants.
These are your yoga pants, and you take yoga?
Actually, I'm going to.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm signing up for a yoga class. My what do you call it? My ortho guy, the one that did my knee.
Yeah.
I had my 1-year checkup with him last week.
How's that going?
My knee is in perfect condition.
Nice.
But I'm having problems.
So your knee is good, but everything else is falling apart.
Yeah, my freaking hip is killing me. So he suggested yoga because when you do yoga, you stretch out all your joint muscles.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm having a problem. The joint muscles in my right hip. There's nothing wrong with it. They did an MRI and X-rays. He goes, it's old age, unfortunately. So I'm going to take yoga and stretch out that hip.
There's definitely something to be said for, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
I've got a friend of mine that I've known longer than I care to admit, like over 35 years. And she's 52, and she's a yoga instructor as a hobby, not as a vocation. And I can honestly say to you, she looks like she's in her 30s.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. She's just, phenomenal.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a class. I've got a couple of places I want to check out because I guess some are better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to finally put those yoga pants to work.
I'm going to put them to work.
Nice. Yeah, just don't wear them on an investigation. We've already covered this ground. I know you like to be an exhibitionist and all that, but the IR cameras and night vision mode do not acknowledge yoga pants. It looks like you're naked.
I know. I think after 8 years, I finally figured out that you're right.
Yes, and you got to stop wearing those polka dotted, panties there. Those aren't any good. So all right, so let's bust into some Frankie Sinatra.
Yeah, let's.
Apparently, we caught Pete standing still there. He was all thinking about those polka dots.
There's a leader to the song. Relax.
Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got
Coffee
to find
beans,
those
yes.
extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil.
Hey, did you know that Marilyn Monroe was actually singing in that Iron Man song?
No, she was not.
She was right there next to Ozzy doing it.
No.
And you loved it.
No.
All right.
You're so full of it.
I know it.
No,
So
and
these
no.
are your Keurig facts of the week. Guaranteed to make you the smartest person at the office Keurig machine. And as Lynn says, if you don't have one,
Get one.
get one. Or make your boss get one. It's
That's
even
right.
better.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No.
Well,
Oh my
talk
God.
to your boss.
I have 3.
You have 3?
Three?
Well, why don't you
Three.
donate one to Pete?
I have
No, I don't
one in
need
my
one.
house, one in my camper, and one in my RV.
Well, okay. And those are the vehicles that you take with you on the Subaru events, right?
No, that's just the RV.
Oh, okay. All right. So, your first Keurig fact of the week, and I did not know this.
Number one.
I was actually very surprised by this.
Okay.
Did you know that the Canary Islands were not named after a bird? They were not named after a canary.
What are they named after?
They were named after a breed of dog.
Really?
I did not know that.
There's no
I
dog
did not know
called
that.
Canary.
Yeah, well, I
dog
don't know.
called
That's what it's.
Canary.
Look it up on the
You
interwebs.
look it up. Yeah, what are you doing over there?
There's no internet connection
Oh,
here.
Pete cut
It's
you off. You know
terrible.
what? There's a reason for that.
Peter.
No, I thought
All
we were
right.
connected.
I cut her off. All right, and this is another
Number
one.
2.
This is another one. It makes a lot of sense, but I, again, never really gave it any thought.
Yes.
Did you realize that 40% of McDonald's profits come from the sale of Happy Meals?
I believe that.
I do too, but it never occurred to me. You know, to
Because they're
give,
so cheaply made. There's so little there, and they get so much money for them.
yeah,
Yeah, they're like up to $6 now, and they get like 2
What?
bites and they're done. Yeah.
$6.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
with the twins, they gotta have. They don't drink milk anymore when they
The
get
toys
them.
are worth about 12 cents.
Yeah, it's a milkshake. And
Some of those toys are
yogurt.
collectibles.
Yeah, we've been
Now they
collecting
are,
them.
but they're still worth about 12 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it makes them happy, and that's all that matters.
that's worth it.
Number 3.
Number 3, and this one cracked me up. I actually, as stupid as this sounds, I had to look at a map, okay, when I read this, because I doubted myself. Did you know that whale hunting is strictly prohibited throughout the state of Oklahoma?
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I
do
had
you
I
have
looked
to-
up. I had to look up the map because I'm like, wait a minute, Oklahoma doesn't have any.
There's a feel-good
Water
law right
borders.
there.
But yeah, it's strictly prohibited and strongly
There's
enforced.
there's a feel-good law.
You cannot hunt for whales in the state of Oklahoma.
Okay, bigger question: how would you? Like seriously?
You can't.
I don't know. Yeah,
There's
you-
no ocean. Like,
Exactly, and that's
Anywhere
what-
near it,
that-
like close.
That's what cracked me up because I actually brought up a map of the country, doubting myself. I'm like, why would this be even a law?
Well, that's the thing about
Just
pointless laws on the
stupid.
books.
Yeah. Yep. But it
That's
cracked me up. It did. I was actually chuckling out loud when I read that and discovered
Wow.
this. See, that's how much in depth I go
No,
for
you
this
just
show.
have too much time on your hands.
Well, that too. That definitely applies too.
Much time on my hands.
That's an awesome song and a great album.
It is.
It's actually I think one of my favorites. That's what's that? Paradise Theater.
Yeah. I think
From
you're right.
Styx. Yeah, baby. That's a good album. All right, so why don't we break into some horny baby?
He loves saying that.
I do.
He does.
Sometime I'll have to play you guys the original version with the girl singing.
They sing to this?
Oh, yeah.
Scared of that, especially with the name. Oh, yeah. All right, moving right along. Friday, I didn't come up with anything. I'm sure there's stuff out there, but I found zip. So Saturday, we have Something is Brewing at Amelia Park. It actually starts at midnight. Do you know anything about this, Pete? Amelia Park?
What do you mean?
Something is Brewing is what they call the event. It starts at midnight on Saturday. And it says you have
Looks like an overnight skate or something?
I don't know what it is. It doesn't say. And it won't give you any details. It says you have to go onto their Facebook page for the event. You have to click on it that you're going to be going. Then it sends you all of the secret information.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I actually wanted to just go in and click on going, even though I wasn't, just to see what it would say.
By the way,
But-
an event right here at Westfield Tech Academy tonight at 6 p.m. It's our open house. The entire building is open for the public and prospective students to come on in and take a look at all the shops and classrooms, and the entire building is open tonight at 6.
oh, that's cool.
Yep. So
Okay.
come on back and hang out.
Cool. All right, next I've got the Pioneer Valley Baptist Church in Westfield. From 2 to 4 on Saturday is their Harvest Festival. On Saturday at 2 o'clock, actually it's Saturday and Sunday at the Big E, is their gun and knife show, which I've never gone to, but I'm considering it this year.
That's always a good one. I like the sportsman show is my favorite,
Yeah.
but the gun show is always.
Yeah, I might check it out this year. I'm looking for a new gun, so.
You are? You getting
I
rid of your
am.
pink one?
No, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm keeping it, but I want to get something a little bit bigger, like a rifle or something along those lines.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. And the last one for Saturday is Spooky Safari at the Forest Park Zoo, and that starts on Saturday at 1 o'clock.
I got one for you tomorrow.
What?
Celebrity Bartender Night at the 99 Restaurant to support the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. It's People's Bank versus United Bank versus Westfield Bank versus ESB, East Hampton Savings, versus Polish National.
Where is the 99 in Westfield?
It's on East Main Street, down by the Home Depot.
Oh, okay. Part of the Westfield shop. Oh,
So starting at 5:30.
Across from Westfield shops.
Yeah, starting at 5:30. Support your
okay.
favorite bankers
Cool.
as a fundraising event for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield.
Cool. We show some interest there.
And they do a lot. The Boys and Girls Club for Westfield.
Yes,
like
they do.
they're very involved with barns and taking care of the children on drill weekends, and they do a lot.
Yep,
with those
I love
kids.
this band. Tomorrow at Tin Bridge Brewing down on East Main Street as well. Starting at 6 o'clock. The name of the band is Rock is Dead.
And Rock is Dead.
Yeah,
it
that's
used
it.
to be Disco is Dead.
Rock is Dead.
Now
apparently.
Rock is Dead.
What kind of music do they play?
Yeah, what are they replacing it with?
I don't know. It looks like an acoustic duo, actually.
Oh, that could be interesting.
And also at the Women's Club at, what's it, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I believe? Yes. Murder Among Friends continues, for I believe, for their final week of their run.
Huh.
You know, I keep thinking to myself, I keep wanting to go out there and see Kathy actually do a play. Because she's just such a talented woman. I'm assuming she's in that one.
I think so. Our own host, Denny Akins, is one of the producers of the show.
Cool. All right, so what else you got?
2 more for Sunday. The Tin Bridge Brewing at 10 o'clock they're going to have a Halloween yoga and beer.
That's why you're getting into yoga.
Oh no,
Cool.
this is just a coincidence. But for $20, you get an hour's class of yoga, you get a free beer, and costumes are encouraged. So how do you do yoga with a costume on? I don't know, but
I don't know.
That's what it says.
I tried doing it one time, but instead of a tutu, I had to wear a 4-4.
4-4, yeah.
Ooh, Sunday
I've
at
heard
2
that.
o'clock, an afternoon with the other side. Halloween psychic reading, 2 o'clock at the Shortstop.
Oh,
Who's doing
now
that?
did not
Join
come
psychic
up.
medium Jess Steinman for a gallery-style afternoon of messages from your loved ones from the other side. Jess will deliver messages randomly throughout the audience for a majority of the event.
When is that?
It is Sunday at 2 o'clock at the
Oh,
Shortstop.
see, that's
Nice.
my football day. I can't do that.
Football's at 4 o'clock this week.
Well, if you go see the
Patriots are at 4.
Yeah,
go
but I
see
don't
the
watch.
psychic, he can
And
tell
you could
who
stay
wins.
there. You could stay there at 4 o'clock and watch the game.
Yeah, I don't watch just the Patriots. I've got like 3 or 4 teams that I follow.
Sacrilege.
I know. Anyways, my last one for Sunday, Harvest Fest and Craft Fair, Moose Lodge in Chicopee. It's a fundraiser for Christina's house, and the time on that is 8:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock. There's supposed to be over 100 vendors and craft people there.
Where is that?
The Moose Club, Moose Lodge in Chicopee.
They
I
do
know
a
where
lot
that
of
is.
great
That's the
events.
top of the hill.
Yeah.
I know
yeah,
where that is.
they do a lot of really good stuff there. It's a good location.
Cool.
So that's what we got.
And one other that just popped up.
What?
Opera Night
Ooh.
at Westfield State University, October 25th and 26th, 2 nights to see it. At 7:30 on Dever Stage, which is in Parenzo Hall. So 2 nights. I don't think there's a ticket price to that. I think it's free.
You like opera?
If it's free.
You know, I'm old school.
How about that?
My only exposure to opera was Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's true.
That is true. I mean,
Bugs
yeah,
Bunny.
and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. That was a great
I don't.
takeoff on an
You
opera.
don't?
No. Opera with Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny. There was a cartoon where it was an opera. He was a girl wearing a golden bousier, whatever.
Was it the Barber of Seville? I think that was based on. It was
I have
based
no
on the
idea.
Barber of Seville.
I have no idea. But
'Cause they did Figaro.
Elmer Fudd had the Viking hat on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see
They
the
did
little-
Figaro, so I think it
Now
was
the
Barber of
bell goes
Seville.
off.
Okay. I hate when I have to explain something.
Well.
Yeah, I know. All right. So let's go. That's it? You're good?
That's it.
We are
Good.
awesome. All right, cool. Let's go with some Dark Shadows.
Yes, let's.
All right, so we got some Dark Shadows coming up here. Kind of letting you know in the next week what Agawam Paranormal is going to be up to. Tonight, the 24th, starting at 6:30 p.m., right after it gets dark. We're going to be at we're doing a Who Goes There presentation out in South Hadley at the Gaylord Library, which is Pete,
Really?
right across from Mount Holyoke College.
Correct. It was donated by the college.
Yes, it was.
I didn't know you had 2 this week.
Yeah. And so our 3 locations are the Firehouse Museum in South Hadley, the ever-popular location, the Old Town Cemetery, again in South Hadley, and
I remember that.
the Gaylord Library itself. That was an awesome place.
You love to do stuff in places where you've been investigating and have had hits.
Well, it's not so much that I like. I love doing a period, but I mean, it's really cool when the location does it and isn't really not, expecting a whole lot, and then they get a ton of it.
Yeah.
And then we do a presentation there. That's always cool.
What time is this?
It starts at 6:30.
Okay.
6:30. Set your sundial. So I got kicked. So on
Well deserved.
but it was funny.
I'll try to go there tonight.
Cool.
I love that.
I
place.
definitely can use your hand. So
want 'em
next what?
You want them both?
Yes,
Just
both.
one? Okay.
Next Wednesday on the 30th. First of all, I'm going to be on Mass Appeal, Channel 22.
Yay.
I always feel like I'm a traitor. 'Cause I'm personal
Chris
friends with.
told you it was
Yeah,
cool.
no, he did.
No, it's okay because they're both doing their own. It's slightly different twang.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
got to spread
Well,
it around.
The only thing is, and they asked Channel 22 asked me if we could include them on an investigation, and I told them, I says, look, I don't want to be a jerk. I'm very sorry, but this is exclusive to Chris Paisano, and not even Channel 40. This is Chris Paisano.
Yeah.
If he goes to 22, this goes to 22 with him.
It's
as
either
well.
Chris or me.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You're
Pete,
different.
you
I'm
have to
talking
go.
television media. You're
hello?
well, yeah, but I mean,
You're sitting in a studio
Wow.
with cameras.
Yeah, I would still bring you.
Did you see how big?
That's it. I'm shutting off my.
how-
All right,
look at how
shutting
big
off the microphones.
Pete's head is huge.
It is. Well, look at that. He blew out the camera.
Wow.
All right. So we got Mass Appeal is on on the 30th, and that night also going to be going. We're doing a Who Goes There again at it's a metaphysical store in East Longmeadow. I believe it's on Shaker Road. It's
a physical store. What is that?
well,
No,
they
never
sell-
mind. We're digressing.
They sell all like the smudge sticks and the incense and all that stuff.
Big crystals.
Yeah, crystals,
and
everything like
the
that. It's a
bowls.
really cool place
Yeah.
to check out, Pete. It really
Okay.
is. The name of the store is called The Wandering Spirit. And we're doing a Who Goes There, which includes Storalton Village, Storalton Tavern, and then Vincent's Steakhouse.
Oh, gotta go to that.
So that's going to be a good one. You're going to get the entire package with that, not just a watered-down, attempted version. So with all of that in mind, that's your Dark Shadows. But let me jump into something else here. I've got my...
This is so
And
cute.
Pete, I promise you, this is not going to get us FCC or anybody else upset with us.
You had to say that. That makes it worse.
I'm just reassuring you because I haven't talked to you about this beforehand. As I know, Lynn knows, I've got the 2-foot Twister of Terror on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's my 2.5-year-old granddaughter, and her mother, Jody, my daughter, does not have cable. So the baby, when she's watching TV, it's Netflix or something like that. So when she comes over to the house, I put on Disney Junior. And she's finally getting the concept of commercials are things that I can ask mommy for. Well, this little girl, now I am 310 pounds. I am a solid build. It's not all flab. There is, I'm fat, no doubt about that. But I am a solid build. This little girl makes me an idiot. I don't mind saying it. Her new favorite show is called Vampirina. Now, I'm going to play part of the theme song for it. Oh, right after the ad is done. Okay. Really? Of all the times it's going to give me an ad. A Buzz Lightyear toy, which is actually one of the ones that she was looking at on Disney. All right. Thank you. Yes. So...
We were normal vampires in Transylvania. The other monsters on every block. Till we packed our things and we flapped our wings. And we got a case of human race culture shock. Whoa. Vampirina. I may be...
So...
Oh my God, who the hell?
Come on, Pete.
Peter.
That's not right. So the little girl's new game yesterday, because Vampirina was on very close to when she got there. She would run around the house and she would yell, "Oh!" and I had to go, "Vampirina!" and it was the funniest damn thing. She thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. She did it for 6 hours.
Oh my God.
And it was cute. I mean, it's tough, she's got me wrapped around a little finger and, when it comes to that
Obviously.
No
stuff.
kidding.
But so now on our investigations, I'm going to be doing that on the radio.
I'll kill you.
I'll get on the radio and I'll go, I kill you.
I
kill you.
I kill you, sons. So,
I can see it
I kill
Saturday
you.
night.
so anyway, so that's my share for the day.
Very nice.
You know, Pete mocked me and made fun of me. I'll never
No,
share again.
Pete.
I'm very sensitive, Pete.
Oh, please.
All right, so this was another. I'm going to get into our 6:30 song. Only 17 minutes late. This was another one that Lynn had suggested the group.
You're welcome.
I did not have these guys at all. So this is the Allman Brothers, and I thought this one went with Horny Baby. This one's
my God.
called The Whipping Post.
Thank you so much.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hey, this is Dean Kane. You're listening to my friends Robbie, Lynn, and Pete on the Bobby G and Company Show on WSKB 89.5 FM. I'm also listening right alongside.
Screw you, Baxton O'Brien. We got better liners.
There you go. I'm not. Don't get me going with them.
Yeah.
Come on, they're fun.
He wouldn't even let me listen to them on the way in.
They're
today.
fun guys. They really are.
Yeah, I know
They
them
are.
both.
I'm being politically correct right now, and I'm biting my tongue.
Okay, they are.
I don't know Bax,
Oh,
so I can't speak of Bax.
Bax is great. John O'Brien's John O'Brien.
Yes.
He's
And
changed.
Steve Nagel's Steve Nagel. I love Steve.
I really don't know Steve
Oh,
either.
Steve's great. I've known him
O'Brien
forever.
has changed a lot, though. He's kind of softened up.
He's
I know
mellowed
you
out.
have a thing.
He's
but
mellowed out. I
he
see him at a
has.
lot of rock shows, and he's mellowed out.
Yeah,
a
he
lot.
goes to a lot of biker events, and I've.
No,
He
you know,
He used to be
him.
a complete tool, but he's gotten better
Yeah, he's
with
changed.
age.
No, I still see him that way. I went when he was at. Remember the Pink Floyd tribute band that was at the Big E a couple of years ago?
Yep.
He got there literally about a minute before the show started and made people move a picnic table into the front of the audience.
How long
so
ago was that?
2 years ago.
Okay.
And he sat there with him and his girlfriend. That's a tool. You can't get there early enough to get a good seat. You sit in the back. And I couldn't believe he did that.
Yeah,
So,
well, sometimes he still does.
Yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
a little.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
So anyway,
Okay.
He's changed.
You
yeah,
got-
okay.
you got
He's
it
gotten
right.
better.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you can't completely shed your spots, but he's gotten better.
Yeah. So anyway, on that note,
Spite-
Baxy's great though.
I've never met him.
Oh, I have.
Nice.
I used to. Well, when I
Nice.
worked at Channel 40, he'd come in and do the telethon every year, and you got to
Yeah.
hang out with him for the day. So he's a really cool guy.
I worked there for 6 months.
Channel 40.
No, Rock 102.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was the receptionist, so I got
Huh,
to know.
thought you were gonna say
really,
mascot.
Really good. No, I wasn't their mascot.
You know the gorilla.
I
with
know
the-
their IT guy
with the-
now. Well, a guy came from one of the young guys from Westfield that works for Saga. He's got 6 stations or 6 markets up and down the I-91 corridor that he handles
Wow.
IT for.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you're talking about all this IT stuff and everything like that. I got roped in. And I don't even know what this entails. Les Tingley from Agawam got me
Yes.
to do the television cable commission.
Yep.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm trying to recruit people.
You'll find
Actually, if
out.
you're out there listening and you want to work, you want to be on the Westfield Cable Commission, email me at pegadmin, PEG-admin at westcitywestfield.org. I need people from wards 1, 4, and 6.
What do you do?
To do what?
The Cable Access Commission generally works with Comcast on the contract. So if you're in negotiations for a contract, you work with the mayor and the city attorney, whoever they hire to negotiate the contract,
Yeah.
to work with Comcast. You also get complaints from residents or look to residents for improving cable service and or stuff like that. And it's just you're kind of the public board that interfaces with Comcast and kind of make sure they're not violating their license agreement with the city.
So every city has to have this?
Yes.
Oh, that must be fun.
Yeah,
We're trying to reconstitute ours because it's gone defunct. So
Ah.
the people have left and it's not a standing board right now. So we're trying to get that back and running.
Yeah, apparently Les is putting this back together again. Reached out to me and said, hey,
It's happened in a lot of places where the boards have. I mean, because cable, everybody, it's there.
Yep. Well, I had to
They-
go. I had to go to in front of the mayor for I'll call it an interview for this
Yep.
because it's a volunteer spot. It's not a
Yep.
paid position.
Yep.
And it was funny because the mayor of Agawam used to be in the school department. He was a principal for a number of years, and that's actually how I met him.
Okay.
And
So you knew him.
Mr. Spelly, Mayor Spelly, And so I'm in the office, and he remembered me because my two kids went to the Agawam system,
Yep.
and they were in his schools, whereas Jody and Katie were not, I don't believe. And so we were talking. I was like, it feels weird. I says, I have never been to the third floor of Town Hall.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I feel like I could call to the principal's
Principal's office, yeah.
And he started cracking up because it really is, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And the interview ended up, because we already knew each other, the interview was just a formality to go through. And so
Welcome
now,
to the Cable Commission.
Now I'm sworn in. And you know what? It's my sense of humor, again, coming into play. I go downstairs to be sworn in for this. And so I've got the town lawyer, and he says to me, okay, just repeat after me. I said, okay. He said, I state my name. So I said, I state my name.
That's a fact, Jack.
The guy didn't even bat an eyelash.
Did he laugh?
Huh? No. He didn't even smile.
Yeah, but how many times has he probably heard that?
Probably. I mean, but the one that for me cracks me up to this day, I remember as a kid, I was probably 21, give or take at the time. I started working at a paper mill in Holyoke, and they sent you for a physical. So I'm sitting in the exam room, and I'm on a table, and the doctor's across the room, and he's got one of those specimen cups. And he says, can you fill this? And immediately I just looked at him. I said, probably not from here. It just came out, and I was like, and he just looked at me and gave me that look. And I'm like, oh, come on. What a tough crowd this is.
No shit.
Oh, man, that was
my
brutal.
God.
But, you get that spontaneous stuff. So on that note, let's jump into our Floyd fix. And so I can try to get back on track.
Back to back.
Because I've got, we'll do back to back after the dedication. Because I don't want to lose the importance of that. So let's go with our Floyd fix. It's Goodbye Blue Sky. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
Look, Mummy, there's no plane up in the sky.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at betsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. It is 7:03 in the morning. You're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB 89.5 and maybe even watching on Channel 15. Cool beans. So we got, it's all in the details. It really is.
Okay.
Hope wanted these, I don't even know, I'm going to call them a saddle seat. I don't know what you call them. It's a curved board bar stool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, saddle seat, yeah.
We just got the kitchen redone, in the last year. Well, she wanted those. Then she couldn't. She found them on Kohl's, on their website. So it wouldn't let her order them. So we did it from my phone, thinking we were looking at the same product.
Oops.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, no. The ones that we got in are 30 inches tall, not 24. And that 6 inches apparently makes a big difference. So we're like, damn it. So now I got to bring them back to Kohl's and exchange them. And I think I'm going to end up, fortunately, I only put one of them together. And she realized, no, this is way too tall for where we're using them. So I'm thinking I may have to eat that one, which is okay. I'll just put it downstairs, my workstation. Yeah, so I got to bring those back. So pay attention to the details. 30 inches versus 24. I mean, it was the same picture.
Oh.
Well, let's face it, 6 inches does make a difference.
I've been told this.
Same.
I know. See, Pete, I
We
tried
went
to
all
keep
that
this
way
clean.
for that.
I tried to keep this clean.
I was waiting for just the right moment.
I know you were. So listen, we had Pete. We had
get
to tape.
in trouble for that.
Yes, you are. FCC is going to be calling you.
348-300.
Yeah, go ahead. You give your number out. Yeah, let's do that. I'll put it up on the screen here. We'll have it up.
Negative.
So we had the tape last week's show because Pete was going to be out of state for his son Tim's graduation. So, Pete, you got to spend time there. Talk to us. Tell me what was going on.
Well, it's at Fort Eustis, which is also part of Joint Base Langley. And they train all of the aviation mechanics for the Army down there.
Okay.
And there were some Air Force guys in there because they're getting some Blackhawks as well.
Cool.
So Tim's stationed with the UH-60 unit, so he trained out on the UH-60 Blackhawk helicopter, how to maintain it, repair it, be like crew chief type guy, and so he's all squared away for that, and he's starts his guard assignment I think this month.
Now, what state is that base in?
It's in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So you went down there with the family, and you were there.
Yeah,
for
me and Mom
Tim's.
drove down there. The other side of the family flew down, and they flew in on Tuesday. We had the shows to do, so we drove down on Tuesday. Missed family day, but made graduation, and then they all flew out Tuesday afternoon. So, including Tim, he was on the same flight back as they were. So
wow.
So then me and my mom got to enjoy the Outer Banks the next day, which was nice.
Lucky you.
Yeah, it's only an hour and a half, and I got to see Gravedigger.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I'm driving down the road to Outer Banks, and I'm driving down. I'm like, that's Gravedigger. And it says it's their shop. So I'm like, they got 3 of them out there on display in the front yard.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, we're taking pictures of that on the way back.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's real cool.
I thought you were going to tell me he was on the highway and he was passing you.
Yeah, that's what I
said.
thought.
Passing you as in jumping over you?
So look on my Facebook page. You'll see the pictures of Gravedigger.
That's awesome.
Now, where is your son going to be permanently stationed?
At Barnes.
It is at Barnes.
At the Army Aviation Unit, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So now, I had asked you last week, and you came through with this. I had asked you to have Tim, your son, pick out a song that he wanted to hear. So Tim is our dedication this week. Well earned. You've got to be so proud of your son for his accomplishments here. I believe in
Yeah.
So what was the song that he chose that we're playing for him today?
He was kind of like, he said, well, what do you think? And I'm like, well, how about the song that they played at your graduation? And he was like, yeah, he goes, that's not bad. It's kind of a rocker. So the band is called Otherwise, and the song is We Are Soldiers.
Nice. And you're listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB. And Tim, this goes out to you, buddy.
time to strap our boots on. This is a perfect day to die. Wipe the blood out of our eyes. In this life there's no surrender, and there's nothing left for us to do. Find the strength to see this through. We are the ones who will never be broken. With our final breath, we'll fight to the death. We are soldiers, we are soldiers. Whoa.
Wow, that was. I mean, if you were watching this on Channel 15,
Wow.
You saw the video montage that Pete put together for his son. Pete, that was incredible. You are to be commended on that, buddy. That was an awesome.
Well, a lot of it was from Fort Eustis themselves. So
Was
a lot
it?
of the video, came from them. And then I just inserted in stuff that I wanted to see in there as well.
Yeah, awesome job with that. So if you're listening to the show on the radio and you want to see that, I invite you to go to Facebook. If you look up Agawam Paranormal on Facebook, as soon as this is released onto YouTube, I'll have it posted there. Or you can go to the website, AgawamParanormal.com. If you go to put the cursor over the word media, and you'll see Agawam Paranormal Radio open up below that. Click on that, and you can watch the video there. That was outstanding.
That was very cool.
Some of that video very powerful.
Oh my God! Watching them jump out of that black.
Yeah, those
Hawk.
are all the missions they support, and they train all the mechanics for that. All the maintainers.
That's just awesome. That's my
Blackhawks are my favorite.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
They have them over at Barnes. I've been.
Well,
in
that's where
that.
Tim's
That's
going.
Tim's unit.
I've been in that hangar. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I told Tim, I said you might deploy a lot because that's a medical
Yes.
helicopter unit.
Yep.
So they go, and he's like, cool. That was his response. Cool.
So proud of him. That's
That's
amazing.
awesome. That really is, and
Good for him.
that video is very good.
Yep.
Very, very well put together, Pete. I commend you on that.
And there was one woman in there too, which I thought was kind of cool.
There was a
I
couple
did
women in his
too.
class, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's in case they get lost. They have somebody to ask for, go
True.
and ask directions.
Ask for directions.
I know.
yeah.
There was one guy that had gone in earlier and got out and re-enlisted and come back. This is his second career with the Army, and he's going to maintainer school.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the
awesome.
guy. It's pretty cool.
That's
That's
good
awesome.
stuff.
So we had, and Pete, we're probably going to skip song number 5. I'll get that one in next week.
Okay.
This will hear us stay on. And I wanted to mention we had West Springfield, The Bean, Mr. Boom Boom, Bobby Mancini was on last week with us, and he was talking about Reality Star Boxing and how they had a meet and greet.
Yep.
Last
I was going
Friday.
to miss it because I was gone.
Yep, it was awesome. The still was packed. They had Joey Donafrio. It's an Italian name.
Donafrio.
Donafrio. Okay.
Donafrio.
That's it. I knew it was the intention was there, but the inclination wasn't. But he was a great guy. I got to hang out with him for the evening, and he actually did a promo for us for the radio show too.
Okay.
Michelle DiBernardo, actress, model, producer, director, jack of all trades. Real sweetheart. She's a good kid. So we got one from her as well. Bobby Mancini's been talking about Jackie Boyle, and she's a amateur boxer currently, and she has a fight coming up in November. It's right around Thanksgiving, and that is her transition from amateur to professional. She's going to be a pro boxer, and she cut like a 2.5-minute promo. So I want to have her on the air sometime after her boxing pro debut, and even if it's a taped, show like that, that'd be pretty cool. And Pete, have you ever heard of Lindsay LaBelle?
Yes, I have.
What a sweetheart!
Yeah, she's a great singer too.
Super talented, and she was the musical artist that was there that night, and Bob Mancini had booked her as country-ish. Yeah,
she's both.
She's more like pop country, I would say, because
she does rock and roll too.
Listening to her sing, she was not like achy breaky butthead. That would have gone up my spine completely.
Modern country, I'm trying to tell you, is southern rock.
Well,
I love southern rock.
She was.
That's what modern country is, though.
But she was awesome. She was a great lady. We hung around for a lot of the evening. Her and her producer, Ben was his name. We're going to get them on the air here too, and I want to have Lindsay play at least 1 or 2 songs, not her version of other songs, but original material.
So she writes music as well.
Yeah, and actually, it was funny. She was telling me that she's afraid when she's up on stage. She would much rather sit in the background and just write music for other people than get up on stage and perform it. And I was like, but you are so uber talented. And, she was just like, she couldn't thank us enough for the kind words. But it's like, really.
But I think most people are their worst critics.
Oh, I agree completely.
I
agree completely with that.
So she doesn't even probably realize how good she is.
So, nope. So Lindsay actually also cut me a promo. So we've got 4 new promos that I got to send over to Pete. And, we'll be adding those to the shows.
Cool.
That's a nice part about being, I guess, affiliated with Reality Star Boxing, is that he, Mancini works with, because of Michelle, a bunch of different celebrities. And, they may not be, the huge,
the regional celebrities.
Yeah, I mean, they're
local
interesting.
celebrities, like Kenny Stomsky.
Who?
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. She's serious. That's the worst part.
You know
kidding.
Kenny.
You know Kenny.
Yes.
But like when I was talking to Joey, I asked him if he would do the promo for the radio show.
Yep.
He was like, yeah. He says, only if you put me on the air with you because I'm coming back in March for a comedy show. And I was
cool.
like,
there you go.
I was
Hey,
like, I'd
promo.
put you on the air even if you weren't coming back, and whatever. So then we started talking, and he's like, look, do you know anybody that's a local comedian? And I'm like, yeah, my nephew, and he's really good. So I ended up.
Yeah, I saw him. He's on a bill with somebody, right? With Rafi Gonzalez and somebody else.
He does a lot of stuff with
They're
Rafi.
on, I saw his name, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's related to Rob.
Yeah, it's my nephew.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I saw him. Yep.
so
He was at the club at MGM, the Roar.
yeah.
The Roar Club.
Yeah, he's been
They
all
do
over.
there a lot.
So I mentioned that to Joey, and Joey's like, "Well, here's my, I only have one card left. Take a picture of it." So I took a picture of it, and he's like, "This is my cell phone, not my agent, nothing like that. Have your nephew get in touch with me." So I called Jeremy the next day, and I was like, "Hey, this guy wants to work with you. It's a paid gig. Boom." And he was like, "Cool." So it looks like Jeremy's going to open for this guy, but that's the squirrely part. The Still was mentioned, Club 1 was mentioned, and MGM was mentioned. But the conversation was so interrupted by other people coming over. I have no idea where these shows are. So I'm
tell your nephew to promote them on Facebook.
Well, I figured we're going to have Joey on the air. I thought it might be pretty cool if I can manage to get Jeremy on the same show and let the two of them have, because Jeremy.
That'd be funny.
Jeremy is.
We may have to tape that one.
That might be, that's a good tape because Jeremy is improv with a capital I.
Oh, yeah.
You throw just a random comment out there, and he could run for an hour.
Why don't we tape that as our Thanksgiving special?
He's coming back in March.
Oh.
So that would be, like a springtime.
We could do it as a phoner, though.
But we definitely are going to do it.
Well, no, we could do it as a phoner. A phone conversation. He could be on the phone.
Yeah, but I don't think you can get as funny unless they're sitting right here.
Yeah, I would prefer
them
both of them here playing off each other.
Right.
Okay, all right.
That would be ideal.
Oh, yeah.
That would definitely be ideal.
All right.
But, something along those lines I thought would just be really cool.
Because Jeremy's funny all by himself.
Yeah.
You put him with somebody like that, oh my God, we'll have tears in our eyes.
Yeah, the hardest part I think getting Jeremy on the air is going to be first of all the time.
Yeah.
As he does have a full-time job, so I mean
tape.
Yeah, and exactly.
Tape.
We would have to tape it more than likely.
Later in the day or something.
But then also keeping him censored because a lot of his humor is adult.
Yes.
And Pete would have to be on the beeper button.
Or edit.
Permanently pushed.
Yeah.
I'll just have that 1 kilohertz tone queued up, and I'll just keep playing it.
Yeah.
It definitely is going to be
That'll be fun.
It would be a lot of fun. Yeah, no kidding there. So we've got that's a lot going on this week. There's an awful lot going on.
There's always a lot going
Well,
on.
the closer you get to Halloween, the busier you get.
There's always a lot going on. Like next week, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all election stuff. We have council debates Monday. We have the mayor's debate Tuesday. And we have Wednesday, we have the at-large debate in the upper campus. So Westfield State, our mayor's debate, Westfield State wanted to host it because it's going to be a big event. You don't have a returning mayor, and you have 2 guys that are relative newcomers. I mean, well, Don's not a newcomer, but Mike is, and they both have a lot of experience and both could do the job. So Westfield wins either way.
Yeah.
And I'm psyched about that. That's going to be and Ray Herschel's moderating that debate. That's how heavy hitter this one is.
I like him.
Yeah, that's how heavy hitter this one. And then we have 13 at-large candidates going to duke it out in the upper campus up in the auditorium at Westfield Technical Academy the next night. And we're doing both of those live.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That's going to be interesting. A lot of production work coming up for the old Channel 15 crew.
Well, we've got
Sounds
Me and
it.
Kenny.
I'm gonna bring this up again next week because it's actually on Thursday, Halloween. But we're doing things a little bit differently with Channel 40 this year, which is gonna be really cool. I met with Chris Paisano the other evening. Went into the studio and went over the stuff with him, and instead of, because he's on evenings now,
Yeah.
so he's not on days.
I saw that.
So he's actually going to come in early on Halloween.
And tape?
And no, we're going to do it live for Better Western Mass. But instead of him interviewing me like we've done for 7 years or 6 years, this is the 7th year, Chris is going to be sitting on the same couch that I'm on. So Taylor and I'm assuming it'd be Jordan.
Damn, if I wasn't leaving that day, I'd come over and shoot it and
Or-
embarrass both of you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll be embarrassed already. But yeah, Taylor and Jordan are going to interview both Chris and I.
Oh, God.
Which is going to be a lot of fun because Chris has got literally 7 years experience doing this now.
Yeah.
So, his perspectives on this are very interesting, to say the least. He looks at it from basically a sense of wonder. He hasn't been contaminated by doing this over and over again. He looks at it as he's looking forward to doing
Still
this
has
segment.
fun.
Exactly. He hasn't, it's not work for Chris anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yet. So he's actually going to be sitting on the couch with me, being interviewed by Taylor and probably Jordan.
That's cute.
That's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're not sure at this point if it's going to be 2 or 3 segments.
You guys will do 3.
Well, it depends
God,
on
they'll
what
laugh
his
their head
producers. No. I mean, for the actual story. Better Western Mass is like the teaser into the story. In previous years, we've had part 1 at 5 o'clock, part 2 at 6 o'clock, and then the final part at 11. And it's not the same thing repeated 3 times. It's a continuation.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're not sure if it's going to be 3 segments like that or 2. As Chris has got so much information. So I told him, I said, think 3. I said, you've definitely got enough here to run with. And
Who's doing the edit on that one? Who's editing that?
I really don't know. I know Chris is very hands-on.
So he might be doing it?
He might be doing it himself. He's very hands-on with it, and because it's a progressive piece, he's got, this is the first segment, this is what we have to get through and cover, and he always leaves it with a teaser for the next segment.
Gotcha.
Which is really cool. And then at the end, at the 11 o'clock, well, that's when you're going to see the potential evidence that we've captured on site. And
So next year, when we get the program will be up and running, the teacher started, I'm going to want students to cover Channel 40 covering you guys.
All right, we can
Do a
talk.
show behind the show.
We can definitely talk.
Because
on
I think
that.
that'd be cool for the students to, like, they're learning how to write and all that stuff.
But where would you use that? Would you use that on like Channel 15 or?
Yeah, we'd use it as
special?
a class assignment. It'd be a class assignment.
But I'm saying where
we could use it as a roll-in for your show.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, we can figure something out. I'm not opposed to it.
Or a special on Channel 15.
Yeah, do it
itself.
as a special on 15,
Yeah.
and this way here,
But
general
I think
audience,
that'd be a great assignment, a cool assignment for them for next year.
that would be definitely. I think they'd be able to sink their
Because
teeth into it.
our new teacher was a reporter anchor in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, cool.
His wife bought an ophthalmology practice here, and he moved out. So he's like, all right, I'm kind of getting out of the business, and we'll get into this. So he's working on giving assignments to the students.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, so we have a bunch of people starting to fill the corridor outside.
Congregate.
They're looking at.
We don't have any hosts yet, but we got people
that's
filling
okay.
the corridor.
All right. Well, no, I think you just got one of the hosts just came in. So we're going to break into our final song of the day. Let me do the wrap up here. First of all, once again, congratulations to Tim. Outstanding job. I know your dad is so proud of you and your accomplishments with this, and you should be too, by all means. So congratulations to Tim. I hope you enjoyed your dedication. And you guys have been listening to the Bobby G and Company Show. And on behalf of myself, Lynn, and Pete, I want to wish you an awesome week. And hopefully we'll see you back here again next week. In the meantime, please be safe. We'll see you back on Halloween. And I'm going to leave you with a final song. This one is from The Doors. And we're going to be playing Roadhouse Blues. You've been listening to Bobby G and Company on WSKB.
nature, or concordanta, nature, cola nature, papalula nature, bomba nature, isan congere. Ashen lady, ashen lady, give up your vows, give up your vows.